So what I've been up to here at Soul Transition is for the new and the full moon, I create intentional soundscapes that are in Robert Edward Grant's precise temperament tuning. And my vision with Soul Transition is that media needs a message, and who needs the message more than anyone? It's the natural world. It's the wonderful herbal products that people create. It's farmers, it's farmers markets, it's promoting people going direct to their food source and the magical connection you can have with nature and the things my fiance Jenna is creating with Moon Bear Apothecary. And I create these sounds on a rhythm, specifically, intentionally, creatively, to channel and bring into this reality divine codes that lock in a geometric structure of love and unity and peace and provide the environment in which we can be conducive to states of bliss as a mode of discovery instead of suffering as a mode of discovery. And so typically when I make these soundscapes, I will sit here and listen to this for 4, 5 hours through the night, and it will just play. And while it's playing, I bring myself into a meditative state. And I have also been combining, first I did a chakra blend tea of 417 hertz, sacral chakra tea, and I created a track that was to honor that frequency, and I drank the tea and made the track. And tonight I'm sitting with homegrown cannabis from my friend, and I'm in New York. It's illegal. Cannabis is legal here. And I'm also smoking tobacco that has looks like it was imported from Belgium. I did not know that when I buy it. It is Captain Black's pipe tobacco. And those are the two medicinal substances I have with me for this journey. And one second. We got one person who just joined, so I'll tell you what I have in my hand right here. This is cannabis that was grown organically and regeneratively from a friend of mine, along with pipe tobacco that smells like straight chocolate. So I just got 13 more people in here. This is what I'm doing. So my name is Zach. I'm with Soul Transition, and I create intentional soundscapes that help people relax, help people focus, help people sleep. And they're encoded with love, and I create them through the time when the new moon is coming. Food vlogger, I'm doing great. How are you today? Hi, mate. Hi, I am Win. So the new moon is coming today on September 21st. And I create these intentional soundscapes right up in here in Logic Pro. And I do this because it helps me regulate and balance and become connected with the So check it out, right? Geometry is frozen music. So there are encoded patterns that are being played in the soundscapes that I create that then are just beautiful. And I sit here and listen to this for like 4 or 5 hours when I make these, man. I just sit here. So what's going on, what makes it so soul soothing is, I'll show you all what I do here. We got 10 people in here. You can tell me if you don't want to see this or you do want to see this, but what I do in Logic is I set these test oscillators up. So check it out. This is just one test oscillator. You can hear it. It's just doing one thing. And then this one's just doing one thing. And this one's doing one thing. And these all together form a chord. And then you take that out and you add your little creative elements on top. And sometimes they come out like straight soundscapes. And sometimes I'll tell you, they just come out like this, where it's just some kind of coding is going on. It isn't meant to be listened to like in a club or any of this other types of ways that people are like, traditionally listening to sounds. I just recently brought these soundscapes to the bathroom area at a music festival because I was thinking to myself, I've had these crazy experiences in porta potties at music festivals and just restrooms in general when enjoying and being in one with and connecting with psychedelic substances, but in those times doing it in a completely unintegrated way. And so for a little while, I was making the joke that I want to play the restrooms at festivals. And then I went and did it. And I set sounds up right behind the restrooms. And people were coming up to me going like, man, when I went to fucking take a shit or pee late at night, there was just these like chill soundscapes playing. And I was like, that was me, dude. And it wasn't even the purpose of anyone going and listening to it. It's just that if the sound vibration is played in the morphogenic field of the whatever energy setup you're in, especially if you take the soundscapes and you play them through these copper devices that are made by my friend Aaron at Etheric Arts on Instagram. And these guys right here are straight magic that you can do with these. Wow. Okay, hold up. I gotta read this. Lucifer 666. We got 15 people in here. Can everyone see this comment that this homie just said? A vampire walks into a bar and asks the bartender for a boiling glass of water. The bartender says, "I thought you vampires only drank blood." Vampires pull out a used tampon and say, "I'm having tea." To jest bum. What does to jest bum mean? To jest bum? Are you just jesting with me right now? That's a hilarious jest, dude. A vampire's like, bartender, "I thought you only drank blood." Vampire pulls out a used tampon and says, "I'm having tea." Oh, that's good, bro. Lucifer 666, you are here tonight, and you're feeling the power of major fifths. See, look, check it out. If I were to take this one note right here and just do this, like, let's go there. Oh, actually, it doesn't really sound that crazy. At the hospital, how do you tell which one is the head nurse? The one with the red knees. Damn, bro. What you coming up on here with all this, like, raunchy jokes? What are you doing, bro? What time is it where you're at? I've had... Interesting to see this new software. Hey, I Am Wind, are you talking about what I'm using over here? Is that what you're talking about, what I Am Wind? Because I'd be happy to show you more of what I'm doing here. Yeah, that's... Alright, I Am Wind, I'm just focusing on you, bro. Lucifer 666 is on another tangent. I love the contribution, Lucifer 666, but... Alright, so I'm going to do it from the top, I Am Wind. If you're still here, if you're with me, I'm going to show you what I do. So I got a template set up here in Logic Pro that is just... It's called Precise Temperament Tuning. So I can open this template up. I've already got a test oscillator. And if you see in the test oscillator, if you pull this out, and if you play, I mean, I'm not sure if you're familiar with 432 hertz, but basically, like, if I play, let me, sorry, I gotta get this. It's trippy because I got a keyboard right here, and I'm not using it. All right, this is ridiculous. So yeah. If you play this note right here, octave up. I'm just trying to show you this. I Am Wind. All right, so see how it's 432.08? It should be 432.081 hertz, and then a bunch of other numbers that go out. This comes out of the flower of life. So the way that you end up with this, to base it around A4, is you go into settings, project settings, you go to tuning. Here in tuning, you have to set up your own use. So you can do equal temperament tuning, which is just all the notes are this. Every note here is the same distance sense-wise from each other, but this means that the major fifth is not the right note, the major third is really off, and all the other notes are not off. So if you come into precise temperament tuning and put these specific digits, like you could even screenshot this or just like put a comment and I can put this up on the internet somewhere, like you put in negative 31.8 cents at the top and you get 432 hertz. And then you have to go in with the test oscillator and like literally check every single note and just keep adjusting the decimal places until they fall right where Robert Edward Grant's precise temperament tuning tells you it needs to be. Which, so if you're not familiar with Robert Edward Grant, in 2020 he discovered a new tuning standard, and one of the, like an example of what he did was, so the major third always sounds, it beats too much because it's 14 cents off. So he switched it from being, instead of it being a ratio of 1.25, it became a ratio of 1.26, which becomes the ratio that it takes to double a cube. And so you end up with, from this, it's the geometry that's encoded in the flower of life and sacred geometry, as I mentioned earlier on this live. Like, architecture is just frozen music. If you look at what they did in India, if you look at cathedrals, it's just cymatics. It's just frozen sound. And so you utilize these sounds in time space to interact with the water, that we're 99.9% water by chemical composition. So God is connected in the water. Like, go look at the work that Veda Austin is doing with how she's connecting with water, and some of the talks that Veda Austin has had with Robert Edward Grant, and what they're onto with this new level of being a human being on planet Earth. So that's the thing, like in the ancient Hopi tradition, Native Americans, multiple ancient traditions out there talk about a time when there's going to be a timeline split. And people talk to me about, say, like artificial intelligence. They go, you think artificial intelligence is going to take over the world? I say 100% in that timeline, not in the timeline when we're in the garden. And I'm in the garden right now. And you can be in the garden right now too. It's just a mind spec. You just switch your mindset up real quick. It's not easy. It's hard, but it's simple. And so, yeah, I mean, that's what I do. I'm sorry I got a little carried away there, but say if I was gonna make a track from the top, I get the test oscillator going. So I just find a note that if I don't have a set intention, I'm just gonna find something that sounds good. It's over here, but I'm just gonna like be like, all right, like I like this E note. So now I'll just duplicate it, and then I get another one, like, hey, wow. I'm just gonna sit here and reflect on this comment for a second. Your knowledge is dope, mate. I would love to watch you create masterclasses on Logic Pro and subscribed. Dude, that's the best thing I've ever heard, bro. Wow. I'm gonna screenshot this. I mean, you don't understand how long I've been doing this. And so I'll give you a little more insight, bro. Like 3 years ago, actually October 22nd of 2021, I was assaulted working as a waiter. I played in rock and metal bands my whole life for like 10 years. And then 3 angels walked into this restaurant I was working at and beat the shit out of me. I just got in the middle of some dumb shit. I didn't do anything. It was like a situation where I thought the female coworker was gonna get hit, so I like put my arm around a dude because I thought he was gonna hit her, and it was like a ridiculous situation. But I ended up with like a moderate to severe concussion, and then I'm a passionate, creative sound maker. That's what I've always been like, and so I just started figuring out how to use these frequencies to heal myself, and that's where we're at today. And I've learned how to use Logic in a way that most people just don't really like think about using it. It's a very creative perspective, and it doesn't fuck with the world of like mixing and mastering that gatekeeps anybody creating anything. The whole audio industry is like just fucked because people like think that they need to get it mixed and they need to get it mastered and it needs to sound like this and this and this. And I'm like, just put it out the speaker and let's see what it's like. There needs to be some guardrails for sure about like, you know, if people come in with their bass too hot and they blow speakers out and stuff like that, you need to have some standards. But for the most part, for me, I do it all myself. And so the future here, I am wind, bro. I'll turn you on to this, dude, is so that we encode these frequencies with this guy Aaron that I'm working with. He encodes this shit into CDs from astrology. So you can take like the star Sirius and you can take geometric data and put it on a CD disc, a CD-ROM that you can like hang up in your wall. And because of the level of encoding that they put onto these discs, it stops like EMF radiation. It gives us a whole field. It's like a field generator just because of the way that you encode the digits of numbers. Like numbers have their own aura. And that's so important to recognize when you're creating things like all these numbers at the top of my screen. I'm always looking at these on purpose for cues. And also I then tune in. So like right now it's 9:20, it's 9:2, or it's 9:1. You know, it's like 9:20, or what is it? It's 9:20. What the fucking day is it? It's 9:21. Yeah. So like then I could put the beats per minute at like 9:2, and then it's like 9:21. You know, you just start doing stuff like this. But yeah, I am Win, bro. You just changed my life with that comment. I've had a few people over the past year like say it to me, but just with these lives I've been doing, it seems like the algorithm's like giving me some help and just pushing like people in here. All right, I am Wind. You got it, bro. I have just started I'm gonna create courses for this. I was figuring out my exact niche, like what is it I'm gonna do, but I'm just gonna go all in on logic and teaching people. And if you want to get in my school community, I'm gonna put that shit. I don't know if I can close that, but if you subscribe to me, I'll just make posts about the school community. That's just gonna be free to come and start seeing how I do this shit, bro. I got you, 100%. Changed my life. It's like 6:14 a.m. right now. The sun's about to come up, and the last time I did this new moon, so I thought it's Friday evening. I thought the new moon was on Sunday at like 2 a.m. and I'm sitting there at like 1:30 a.m. and all of a sudden something just takes over me that's like, create the soundtrack right now for the new moon. So the last new moon. And I was like, okay, I'll create it. I did what I do. I channeled some dope shit, and I was like, that's sweet. And so I'm like, all right, I need to learn about the new moon that's coming up. And so I take my phone out and I look up the new moon time, and the time that it turned to the new moon was literally the time it was. And I was like, oh my God. So you really are just, and I already know this, but like it's just you're tapped into this intuition and the downloads that are coming. Because any great musician, any great artist will tell you, it's not me. I'm not doing anything. I just put the work in, yo. Mr. Mo, you gotta tell me what you saying no way dude about is the question. Because I just said so many different things. But sort of the same thing happened this time with the new moon, where I thought it was again, I did not realize it was this morning. And I just got back from doing videography for a wedding, and I got back at like 2 a.m. and I'm out here. I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta do this right now, because I made a commitment to myself that I would have these finished and released before every new moon and full moon. And I'm on my like 5th one or 4th one in a row now, and I've done every one. And I started doing this a year ago, but then I stopped, and I should have just kept doing it, because then I would have had more people like I Am Win down here just being like, bro, you can do this, man. Like, I believe in you. And that's what the internet really is all about. It's just breaking through and being like, I believe in you, man. But look, we got a whole new track started over here, right? So what I'll do, man, I Am Win, like with these test oscillators. So if you check out what it is, it's literally just like, this is just one wave. Like, it's the most bare minimum of like sonic, like synth sound. It's just a sine wave. And so if I show you this real quick, like, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about, because there's a thing called overtones. So if I create a software instrument and just like, I don't know, just pull a mallet like this maramba, and if I pull up the EQ on the maramba, look at, oh wait, here, let me use the keyboard over here. On the maramba, mother of God, I got this whole second screen up here. I'm not even using it. It's just because I just got back. Yeah. The marimba is right here. So if you see the marimba, you see all these extra tones? Yeah, you see all this? That's just like, those are all the overtones that are created when you hit a note that's like an acoustic type of device. Wow, echo. Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you, Echo. I'm with you on all that. Yeah, I've been eating good. I've been drinking great water and getting sleep's gonna lack on this night, but it's not gonna lack on the next. So we're good, and I appreciate you, Echo. And back to this regular scheduled programming. So then, if you come to these test oscillators, man, you can just start getting the wildest stuff going on. So first, I like to drop in like, what is this note? 162. That was an E. So I'll go E. I'll show you. I'll go, so I know what I got going on. I'll go E dash 162.06. And then what is this one? Because this one's just grooving. 192.93. But which note is that? 192. Soon I'm going to know all these notes. 190. Yeah, so that's the third of E minor. So it's E, D, F. Wait, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, yeah, it's a G. B minor. G dash. Actually, it's not that. It's, well, sorry. Sorry, y'all. I'm going into technical details right now because I got a homie in here who's saying he likes to learn this shit. So really what I'll do, man, I'll be honest with you, I don't even name them all like this. I just duplicate this and just start finding other ones that, like that one, like the C. And so, like, the interesting thing there, what's interesting about this is, right, so I'm not sure how much you know about music theory, but if you have a note that is E, then the relationship to the note C, depending on if C is played above the E or below the E, can radically change the compositional tone, specifically because the E major or the E minor chord fits inside of C major. So if you start with an E and then hint at a C from above, so if like you got the E, you know, you got an E, let's see, you got an E, and then you got the G, we got no, oh, there we go, E, G, C. It creates this like inverted C chord where then you can just go like this. So I'll get a keyboard up here so you can hear this. I'm gonna mute all these. So these test oscillators just create like a bath. And then what's real fun, bro, this is where it gets really fun. You come in here and you go to modulation, you come down to tremolo, and then like I always just get the phase completely lined up because I don't like when the, yeah, bro, you could literally create like whatever you want. Yeah, people use this software for like pro effects for video games and for all kinds of things. Can we visualize the sound of a star collapsing? It's interesting that you say that because not that I think, I'm going to save this one real quick. So, and then when I save files, I do 2025 / I'll show you how I save a file. 2025 / and then I do the date, because that way if I ever have files that are years, then 2025 will always show under 2026. I don't know if that's important to do or not. That's just what I do. 2025, 09, and then 21, and I'll say fun, creative. It's kind of a creative sound. Fun, creative sound. And then you should always care about what they're titled exactly. And then I'll save it right in Logic, and then I'm going to go back out. Because what you said about the star collapsing, I don't know, man. This, to me, at the start of this, gives me that kind of feel. Like, listen to this turned up. Listen to this. I feel like there'd be a sound like that, and then it'd just be like a really low percussive sound. I don't even know if you can hear that because it's like on my phone. But this sound for me is just... oh. It's a wild sound. Trying to figure out what happened here. Yeah, the volume comes up. So then I'll do some... I'm just going to keep showing you shit I do, man. So like this... these are all a bunch of individual tracks that you can almost not even hear. Actually, you can hear them. But they all get put into this. That's this one, which is just all the tracks in it below. It's a sum one. It's not called Greek Wash, that's a reverb I had on it. And so like all of these are just, you know, like doing their thing, right? They're kind of doing their thing, hiding. It's like I take a bunch of tracks, pitch some left, pitch some right, put echo on some, so it flips back and forth. You get a little side mode, then close it, put them all together, and then come, after you've edited the individual ones, then come and I put 2 chroma verbs on it, because one wasn't enough. Like this is one. Like, yeah, it'd be like that. It just should be choppy. Well, not that, but yeah, I am Wind. Creating like specific sound effects for video games and stuff like that, or like getting really into those weeds, is something I would love to explore with people and help show them how to do it and show them the tools that can get you in that direction. Really starting with any of the synthesizers in Logic. I don't know if you have a Mac, but if you can get Logic, you can get like a free 90-day trial and you can just start playing, like literally just sit there with a synthesizer. I mean, ideally, say you were like, we took a course and I taught you, right? And you were like paying me. I would ask you what your budget is, and I would say, how much do you care about doing this right now? Because what I really would advise would be getting some kind of analog synthesizer that you can sit there and actually play with your hands, because that's where everyone's like getting all these crazy sound effects with. It's just synthesizer knobs, and there's a few like key parameters that go into how making synths work. And yeah, I need to do like a synth course and do like well, we do have the sun coming up here. This is crazy. I gotta do a talk today. Wow. Well, I am Wind, bro. I think you might be the last one here. I want to say I appreciate you. I salute you. I love you. If you subscribed, let's go. I want to see you around some more. I'm just starting to get in this community together, and it's gonna go. And I know you want to be there at the ground up. And if you do ever join me, or like, we do some shit, you'll get a magical thank you letter. I'm open to teaching. I'm like completely available right now, bro. If you're like wanting to support and you got the bread and you want to like throw it up, I'm basically living in a moldy house right now. This house is completely moldy. Like, it's fucked. We're like, my fiance and I are basically like, we're not houseless because we have a house right here, but we got screwed over recently, and we could use some conscious investors saying, hey, I see what you're doing and let's make it happen. Let's get you to a secure house. 2 more people up in here now, so this I'll say what it is. I'm Zach. I create intentional soundscapes that help people focus and relax. I do it for the every new moon and full moon, and the reason I do it is because we all have the opportunity to live in the garden on planet Earth, and we gotta get back to the garden. And what I want to do is herbal products, cattle, beautiful tea blends, beautiful gardens, a nodal network, and then at nighttime sounds and creativity and moon time and like all this fun vibes. The garden is a mindset. I mean, I actually literally got the garden right over here. I can show you y'all. This is the garden that we currently got right now. We hooked up. So we got some tea blends, and we got Loki right over here. He's my late night dude. Now you're getting the really full live stream right here. Yeah. Well, we appreciate all y'all. I am wind, I am fire, I am air, I am water. We are one soul connected. I love you. Thank you for the motivating spirit. No, I'm never gonna be able to go back to sleep with how much you just hyped me up, bro. All right, you'll get what you want. We'll do a master course. I love you. Peace. I love all y'all. Peace. I'm Zach. I'm Soul Transition. We do intentional sounds here. We create. Yeah, you all came in at the end of the live stream. Have a blessed day, everyone. We'll talk soon.